Doors closed. We're not going to let you in yet.
נתניהו הוא צלם, הוא לא רוצה. כן, יש לו, יש תמיד שכולם אחרים. תמיד שכולם אחרים. לאן אתה אומר? ככה זה קיביצו. זה בא לי.
space. Welcome to our 8th grade celebration. Please rise for the national anthem and Shirat HaTorah.
Rabbi Dr. Broder to address the 8th graders. You may be seated.
Dear graduates, Mazal Tov on completing middle school. But before I begin, because it's so fresh in my mind, I'm sure it is in yours, let us take a moment to acknowledge the rescue of 4 hostages yesterday. This is an important, monumental moment, one that offers some relief, perhaps, some simcha, perhaps, and of course a response to our year-long tefillot, our year-long questions, our focus on our brothers and sisters. Baruch Hashem, these hostages are now home, and we continue to pray for the freedom of the remainder. And now to our graduates. We're so proud of you today. And I have to say, following those POLs, those presentations of learning, wow, amazing. You've done incredible things. Incredible things. I learned a lot, and honestly, as a new head of school here, I learned a lot about what other parts of our school could be doing. So thank you, middle school. Thank you for your leadership. As I shared with you briefly when we spoke last week on the stage, this is a celebration of you, dear graduates, but not just by you. This is a celebration by also your teachers, your parents, your families who are here, who have committed and invested so much in your education, who have supported you, who have encouraged you, who have challenged you, who have cared deeply about your growth and your success. So graduates, please join me in applauding your parents and your teachers and your entire families. And thank you for this opportunity as well to share just a brief word of Torah, a charge to you as you start high school, about being nosei b'ol chavero, about carrying and sharing a friend's burden with kindness and with patience. There's one word that appears throughout Sefer Bamidbar that says so much about leadership, and its root just happens to be the title of this week's parsha. Naso is translated and used in so many ways: to raise, to count, to carry, and it seems to be used in both positive and negative contexts. Let's consider. Last week's parsha begins with a command to count the people, Se'u et Rosh. This week, Naso et Rosh. The Leviim are assigned elements of the Mishkan to carry. They have the Masat HaLeviim, the burden of the Leviim. The Kohanim raise up their hands to bless the nation, Siyat Kapayim, raising the hands. Even the Sota in this week's parsha carries the burden of her sin. V'ha'isha hahi tisa et abona. And of course, the Nisiyim, at the end of this week's parsha, the leaders, well, their title is the exact same word. Nasi, the one who carries, the one who raises up. It would seem that a common denominator has something, and sometimes even a troublesome burden. Moshe, following the complaints of the people in Bamidbar Yud Aleph, he puts it this way: Lo uchal ani lebadi se'et. I can't carry the burden of the people alone. To which Hashem responds, V'nasu itcha b'masa ha'am v'lo tisa ata levadecha. You don't have to carry the burden alone. So here's my message to the graduates. As you progress from young adulthood to adulthood, as you take on more responsibility and more leadership, here are a few takeaways about this recurring theme. Number one, becoming an adult, becoming a leader, means that you're taking upon yourselves a greater burden, which is really a greater responsibility. As you grow older, you will find that people will trust you with more and greater responsibilities. And as you take on those burdens, you will find that there are also sources of meaning, sources of leadership, sources for you to do great things in the world. Number two, becoming a leader and taking on those burdens of life might sometimes feel like a lot. Or it can feel like too much. If Moshe Rabbeinu can say that he couldn't do it alone, then you can do that as well. Just know that as you start over next year in high school, as you move forward, you are not alone. Your parents, your teachers, your school, and of course, your classmates, they're here for you. Number three, look for those who are carrying a heavy burden, those who you are close with, or even those you are not, and find ways to help them. That is a value of our school, one of the 5 values, achrayut. As a kind and caring community, we look to help. We look to carry, to be nosei b'ol chavero, to relieve your friend's burden, and we do that with kindness, we do that with compassion. My final point here, and this gets to the core of what it means to lead and carry a burden, and here we look to the divine model of Naso. Birkat Kohanim in this week's parsha ends with the phrase, Yisa Hashem panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Yisa, Naso. Hashem will raise his face, but also Hashem will carry something. Carry what? The answer that I heard from one of my own teachers, Rav Yoshua Rubinstein, has to do with Hashem's core midah of erech apayim, which we could probably roughly translate today as patience. Hashem carries the present, holds the present, and even when we fall short, with a long vision, Hashem shoulders our failures and takes that burden into our future. That's a necessary characteristic of a leader, to be patient with others, to be loving even when others fall short, even when things are challenging, even when things don't seem so obvious or neatly resolved, to carry on and hold and create space for others through those challenges. This is HaKadosh Baruch Hu's midah that we strive to emulate, of erech apayim, of patience, and our failures to do so are at the core of much of the failures in Tanakh, from eating from the tree of knowledge, to the complaints in the desert, to even Moshe striking the rock. My dear graduates, you have taken on a lot this year. You have carried a lot, some of which have been levels of responsibility that we celebrated this morning with your presentations, and those we planned, those we expected, and some of which have been challenges that we did not expect, seen or unseen burdens following October 7th. You've taken on our middle school leaders. You've taken on the responsibility of leading the middle school with your tefillot, chagigot. You interviewed Holocaust survivors. You've led so many extracurricular activities for the middle school and also for the whole school. You've also taken on the burden of a community, of a people that has suffered so much unprecedented and tragic loss. We are in awe of all that you've had to shoulder, and we want you to feel the brachot as we close this chapter and move to the next as follows. Number one, life is about taking on more than you ever thought possible. Our bracha and our hope is that we know that you can do it, and you will. Number two, life is about helping others, leaning on others, sharing the burden with others. Our bracha to you is that you can take that on, not just for yourself, but for others. And number three, life is about patience with those responsibilities, with that burden, because that's how you build a meaningful life, with patience, with strength, with perseverance, and emulating Hashem. Mazal tov, we're so proud of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi Dr. Broder. We would like to invite Dr. Lowenstein to address the 8th graders.
Good morning. They say that every class is a flavor. That's stuff. And today I'm going to try to describe to our guests the flavor of this class. So to do this, I think I need to name the midot that have guided you through your middle school years. Throughout your time here, I've seen evidence of the midot that your teachers and parents have worked so hard to instill in each and every one of you time and time again. We started middle school together. I was new to Maryland and to Berlin, and you were new to the division. Together, we have grown and learned. And throughout this time, you have been a class of Rav Chesed, so much kindness. I've seen you welcome classmates with open arms, welcome the Benot Shirut, help onboard new teachers. You planned so many activities for the preschool, and you led your fellow middle schoolers in countless programs. You've also been a class that embodies Hachnasat Brachim. You see, in November of this year, I walked into my office to find this stapled to my wall. It actually sat in a place that was very prominent. So it was the first thing you saw when you walked into my office. Yeah. The 8th grade has spent more time hanging out in my office than I have, honestly, this year. And when anyone's missing, that's the first place to look for them. Over the course of this year, I've hosted many people from outside of the school who come to look at, for various reasons. And at some point in the conversation, they always say, It's interesting you chose to host us in the 8th grade lounge, to which point I have to awkwardly explain this is actually my office and, we share it. I bring up this anecdote to tell you that it's a way to demonstrate the bond that you have with me and all of your teachers. These connections and relationships are so important to you as a class. You are also a class filled with Ahavat Yisrael. Some of your classmates just spoke in their POLs about how they have raised thousands of dollars for the state of Israel since October 7th. Every day, I have heard your voices join together, sing Tehillim for months. You are the center of dancing in Yom HaTzmaut, and the first to hype up middle school students on a Shabbaton or a Chagigah. You also embody the Midah of Chokhmah. You officially have the record for the longest math testing sessions in the entire middle school. You take your learning both in general studies and Kodesh incredibly seriously. Your teachers are always commenting on how you collectively push one another to do more, better, bigger. You take pride in your achievements and you celebrate those of your classmates. You're also a class with a lot of Yirat Hashem. On the Girls' Shabbaton this year, as Shabbat was coming to a close, we gathered together on a little hill up at Camp Shoresh to watch the sunset. Together, we joined in Shirah, watching the sunset, enjoying the view, celebrating everything that Hashem had given us. We didn't speak, nobody exchanged words, other than those of song, but the moment captured your spirit of Yirat Hashem. And finally, one of the most important and difficult midot I've seen your class embody is that of Derech Eretz. You know how to have a good laugh like most middle schoolers, but you also know when it's time to step up and take action. 2 weeks ago on our 8th grade trip, we stopped to daven at a small shul in Teaneck before our busy day of sightseeing. We had arranged to daven in the morning meeting and then to eat breakfast in one of their classrooms downstairs. When we arrived, the office manager told us that they didn't have full-time maintenance staff and to make sure that we cleaned up after ourselves. At the end of breakfast, I told you this very same thing, and you guys were on it. You cleared the tables, you threw out your trash, you folded the tables, stacked them, piled the chairs in the corner, you even swept the floor, and you brought all of the trash upstairs, and each of you contributed with a smile. I know that I'm sending a group of middle schoolers up to the upper school who will truly look out for one another. You will build upon your strengths and skills, wowing the teachers up there. Your midot stand out collectively and individually, and I know that you wouldn't be here without all of the adults in your life who brought you up to embody these midot. I want to give a huge hakarat hatov to your parents and families who have sacrificed so much to ensure that you're able to come to our school with the values that they hold so dear. I would also be remiss to not mention your teachers, who give so much of themselves each and every day to ensure that you know not only the skills to be successful Jewish young adults, but also the values that ensure that you will continue to grow into the B'nai Torah we see every day.
Thank you, Dr. Lowenstein. 8th graders, please rise and find your seats on the stage. It looks like we have an unexpected surprise prepared by Mrs. Israel.
who's always so cool, for making programs fun in our middle school, for putting up with our craziness and whims, and making sure every event brims. With food that's yummy and games full of cheer, you make school events fun all year.
To Mrs. Jen, our drama address, who listens to all and lets us confess, for reminding us gently of where we should be and helping us see what's big and what's weak, for making us feel that she's always on call to guide us and catch us whenever we fall.
To Mr. Daniel, who gets our play,
For being so nice and handling us right.
for staying calm with your middle school king,
When we're bouncing around like it's no big thing.
your understanding, kind words, and steady way.
Helped us survive and thrive day by day. To our teachers, our heroes indeed, for teaching us even when we mislead. For keeping us learning whether we stand, sit, or wiggle. Through talking, moving, laughing, or even a little giggle. For enduring our snarks, cries, and arrows too. You never gave up, and we're grateful to you.
To Mrs. Godfrey, our support so grand,
helping us succeed with a steady hand,
when things got tough, you were always near.
with patience and kindness and endless cheer.
Your help and kindness, calm and true.
Helped us push through, thanks to you.
to Miss Newsom, with that smile so bright, for guiding us back to class just right. With the kindness and patience you always show, for being so nice and for helping us know where we should go. For being so nice and a beacon so clear, in the maze of middle school, we hold you dear.
From middle school chaos to where we belong. With memories and lessons we now take flight, thanks to the grown-ups who made our path bright.
Thank you, eighth graders. Thank you, Mrs. Leesburg. First row, please rise. Adam Ahmed. Ali Boal. Taya Barenholt. Marianne Brenda. Neka Benjamin. Ethan Frankel. Eliana Braun Friedman. Dean Hacker. Dina Berman. Jordan Eisenberg. Sarah Schreier. Akiva Islam. Eliana Sheffield. Hillel Khan. Leah Cohen. Jackie Funt. Second row, please rise. Ayla Henweger. Alec Katz. Talia Euban. Ezra Letterman. Stella Lazar. Michelle Lenin. Maya Musho. Jakob Lesnoy. Leah Orshan. Will Levine. Deborah Rogo. Jonah Mendelson. Noah Sabag. Eshel Poto. Yael Schwartz. Davida Paupati. Third row, please rise. Caroline Seltzer. Yakira Spillman. Zachary Strang. Naomi Tirat Giffen. Shimi Stickerman. David Truck. Judah Singer. Kira Golosov. Ari Solomon. Halel Yariv. Yona Sushner. Limon Zakai. Shmuel Yunel.
We would like to invite Ramon Zaka to speak on behalf of the 8th graders.
Before I start, let's all give it up for the fantastic administration, staff, and teachers who made our middle school experience one to remember, and also to our parents who have worked so hard to provide us with the ability to be a Bourbon middle schooler. To my fellow graduates, as we arrive at this moment and reflect on our years in middle school, I've been thinking about a pasuk we find towards the end of Sefer Devarim. Parak that pasuk Vav says, Baruch atah b'roecha, u'baruch atah b'tzeitecha. Blessed shall you be in your comings, and blessed shall you be in your goings. What better wish can I offer my fellow classmates as we exit this middle stage of Bourbon and enter our final phase? May we all be blessed. At the same time, this notion of being blessed upon our arrival and our exit seems somewhat discordant with our middle school experience. At a macro level, from the perspective of our nation, our Jewish community, and our school, the word blessing is not the first word I think of when I consider our arrival, our bevoecha, and our exit, our b'tzeitecha, from middle school. We arrived from 6th grade after living through a once-in-a-century pandemic. And now we are exiting middle school amidst the war in Israel, with our brothers and sisters held captive in Gaza, and unprecedented anti-Semitism, public displays of Jewish hatred here at home. No, we, the class of 2028, in many respects, have not had the luxury of a normal middle school experience. You might remember your middle school filled with problems like social integration, awkward and disjointed growth spurts, inevitable moments of confronting and challenging authority, or learning to manage increasing academic pressure. These blissful transition points are not the defining moments of the class of 2028. When I think of my middle school, none of these things stick out. I remember entering with masks over our noses and mouths, or exiting with the words of the hymn on our lips, morning and night. We've been forced to confront the world around us. Like it or not, we've been forced to grow up fast. We've, of course, had the blessing of a supporting community to help us through our time, help with our problems, and understand our worries. We have the privilege of being comfortable wearing our yellow ribbons and bring them home dog tags, and we're encouraged to say Tehillim today for our brave soldiers. And we do this together as one unified family. Sure, we face some typical trials of middle school life. You know, those other less severe challenges, like petitioning for cafe privileges. Finally got it back there, yay! A no food scare on the girls' Shabbaton, and no ice cream on the boys' Shabbaton. Or was there ice cream? Forget. We did survive Go Guardian on the computers, barely. We got through many tests and bites, and endured 3 whole color wars without a boys' dance. Although those middle school moments helped, they don't really seem to define our experience.
They seem to be almost irrelevant to our exit from 8th grade. So what do we leave with? What is the bracha that we take with our B'tzei Techa? As we exit middle school amidst the atrocities of October 7th and its aftermath in Israel and the United States, I see a blessing too. It is the blessing that our exit, our B'tzei Techa, has readied us for our re-entry, our Bevuecha. I look at our class assembled here, and I see how the trauma of October 7th and the unimaginable rise in anti-Semitism we are witnessing has transformed us from adolescent teens in search of our personal identity into proud and passionate Jews with a clear national identity, with the help of a strong community to support us. We leave middle school steeped in the Torah and our traditions. We exit our time here armed with the facts of Jewish history and the first-hand exposure of engaging Holocaust survivors with faces, stories, and names, not just numbers, that cannot be denied or refuted. We stood arm in arm with our fellow Jews of all stripes on the National Mall and proudly, sincerely screamed, Am Yisrael Chai, and bring them home. We, the class of 2028, leave middle school far from safe and protected. People in my Hebrew class would know, as we sing the same Am Yisrael Chai song every day to start class. We are leaning into the hard reality of what we face, together, standing tall for our people and their nation, embracing our Judaism, and with the courage to continue. Those are the ingredients of our blessing for our exit. That is our B'tzei Techa. We are prepared together for what's next, our Bevuecha. To my fellow graduates, class of 2028, my bracha to all of us is that we learn from the hard things in life, find the silver linings, and turn them into blessings. That we persevere through challenges and take pride in who we are, as a nation and as rising proud Jewish high schoolers. It is truly a blessing to be able to enter this new chapter with all of you. B'yachad nenatzach.
Thank you, Ramon. We would like to invite Ezra Letterman to give his Dvar Torah on behalf of the 8th graders.
Thank you. Good morning and hello. I am very honored to be giving this Dvar Torah for the grade graduation. On a somber note, I start by remembering the memories of those killed on October 7th and by acknowledging the hostages. We continue to pray for their immediate return in safety. And today, we are especially blessed to say Baruch Matir Asurim for the 4 hostages rescued yesterday. In the upcoming Parsha, Parshat Naso, which happens to be the longest Parsha in the entirety of the Torah describes the jobs of each of the families of Levi, beginning with the sons of Kehat and ending with the sons of Merari. It describes the Levim's role in moving the Mishkan, to travel. After this, the Parsha moves on to describe the dedication of the Mishkan and all of its wares, as well as the gifts brought by the leaders of each of the Shvatim. Vayomer Hashem el Moshe, Nasi echad hayom, yakrivu et korbanam lechanukat hamizbeach. Hashem said to Moshe, let them present their korbanot for the dedication of the Mishkan, 1 nasi each day. The gifts that each of the leaders gave were the same. What is that? Can you imagine going to a great world leader, offering a gift, stepping back, and seeing another person give the same exact thing? It would be embarrassment. I think that each Nasi gave the same gift because Hashem wanted to make sure that each of the Nasi'im felt as valuable as each of the others. Instead of being ashamed that they gave the same gift, they are saved embarrassment because they gave a gift of the same value, and none were allowed to give a more extravagant version. This means that all of their gifts save each other from fighting to one-up each other. The gift itself does not matter, but rather the thought that goes into it. We should take this in mind. Take this in mind as we begin our journey into upper school. We come as a grade to high school with gifts, both as individuals and as a group. Some of us are skilled at sports. Some of us are skilled at technology. Some of us are artists. Some of us are social. And together we are strong. Unlike the Messi'im, we each have different things to add to the upper school, but we hope that each of them is received as equal to the other. Repeats, L'mishpachotam u'lebeit avotam, for their family and for their father's house. While talking about each Levite family, their jobs were to carry the different elements of the Mishkan. Repeated 3 times each Levite family. It emphasizes that these duties were passed from generation to generation. Each family stayed the same throughout the 40 years in the desert and into the beginning of the time that they were in Israel. We should take from this and apply it to us. We are about to transition from middle school to high school. We should give the upcoming generations of middle schoolers the responsibilities of being buddies to other middle schoolers, planning events, leading color war, and participating in names, not numbers. We must also be ready to accept the deeper learning, chesed, and responsibility being passed from school to us. Before I finish, there is something I should add. Throughout middle school, we have learned a lot, and I would like to thank the teachers and administrators for giving us the light of Torah and of chesed. Thank you to all of the teachers in middle school, as well as the administrators, and refuah shelema, a quick and complete recovery to Mrs. Chopra. Thank you, and mazel tov, 8th grade!
Thank you, Ezra. Our ceremony is concluded. 8th graders, you did it! Thank you everyone for coming. Please join us at